Hello everyone and welcome back to the PCL D-League. My name is Alex Crockett and today I'm bringing you guys my week 9 matchup against MopOfJustice, Sped, whatever you guys want to call him. He's a really good guy, really good battler too. I was kind of afraid going in this matchup because we really need a win, especially after last week where we faced Dorian, aka Lieutenant Gold. Where we had a series of unfortunate events happen last week where we got DC'd twice, and then there was a good amount of hacks that happened, so we had to recreate as best we could. I took the 6-0 loss, even though on the mock I won 5-0. It would have been a 6-0 in the real game anyways if we hadn't DC'd. So that's a quick little recap for last week. Now this week we really need a win against Sped here, and to be honest, he's a really good battler. I was not confident with this at all, especially looking at his team, where he has Megalodios, Weavile, Volcarona, Florges, Tentacruel, Chestnut, Dugtrio, Meloetta, Magnezone, Garchomp, and Wigglytuff. Volcarona and Meloetta being his users. Now, Volcarona, this thing's scary. I've never faced it before, at least not in like recent memory. I forgot how frightening this thing was. This thing is insane. Same thing with Megalodios. I have more recently faced, or at least like been in a league where Megalodios has been allowed, in like a as one of the Ubers that have been let in. So I do know sort of how it works. It's a good mon. Let's just say that. And then obviously, yeah, Z Volcarona is just insane. So we had a decent matchup here this week. Again, I don't know what was going on, but I wasn't really getting too much help from anybody. So I kind of had to build this team more on my own. And if you know anything about me, I do not do the greatest building on my own. I really thrive off other people's help and suggestions. Like even if they're not even like building or like recommending sites, so just recommending like a move or something. Like any suggestions help me out a ton. I really wasn't getting that this week, so I kind of had to wing it myself. So let's just get right into the team builder here, where we have Body Slam, Earthquake, Air Release, and Dragon Dance on the Megalotaria. So we opted for a more offensive, or I opted for a more offensive Megalotaria this week, because it actually threatened this team pretty nicely. It also tanked hits from at least like a fire type hit from Volcarona, which was very nice if I need to switch in, and then I could just EQ it or Dragon Dance, whatever, stuff like that too. Tentacruel as well comes in on. It's actually got like a pretty good matchup here. The mons that we needed it to tank hits from was tanking hits from just fine with like no bulk at all. So we just opted for, I just opted for a straight more offensive Megalotaria. And then so this week with the Dugtrio and the Garchomp, we really didn't feel that Rotom Wash was gonna match up well here, especially since Gastrodon just pairs up better against Volcarona anyways than Rotom Wash does. So we are opting for Gastrodon here with another Rindo Berry. The Rindo Berry with max special defense and max HP was enough for me to live a modest, I don't know if I could live +1, but I know I could at least live a modest Z Giga Drain from Volcarona, and then I would mirror coat it back. We've never gotten this set to work. I've ran it like twice now, but I never like really got it to work. But I really want it to, because it's a heat set. I like it a lot. And then Scald, Recover, and Toxic. So yeah, that's the Gastrodon set there. Matches up, like I said, matches up better against Volcarona than Rotom Wash does. And then we have a Choice Scarf Darkrai with Dark Pulse, Thunderbolt, Ice Beam, and Hidden Power Fighting. So I was looking at the calcs and I noticed that that Weavile and Darkrai obviously are at a speed tie, and I do not want to be taking rolling the dice hoping to win a speed tie with a banded low kick from Weavile on this thing. So I opted for Scarf just to be safe. I wasn't really too comfortable with it. Scarf Darkrai is not really like the best set, but for here I felt it kind of wasn't needed, but it did help a lot, especially like I mentioned, banded low kick just hurts, and I did not want to roll the dice with doing a speed tie with Weavile. So and the Hidden Power Fighting was to then just OHKO the Weavile. It surprisingly OHKO'd it, if I remember correctly. And then the Scarf Dark, I forget what it was trying to outspeed. Maybe like Scarf So I forget what like the 184 speed was for, but it obviously outspeeds a Weavile if he's banded. So that's a Darkrai set. And then next up we have Buzzwole with Bulk Up, Ice Punch, Earthquake, Leech Life, and Expert Belt. A bit more, not really like too tanky of a Buzzwole, but he is. Someone's talking at my house. I don't know if you could hear it, but someone is. Anyways, not really like a too bulky Buzzwole, but we do have Bulk Up, which does help a little bit. I believe enough speed to outspeed a Jolly Timid Magnezone, not Jolly. Timid, I mean, it doesn't matter either way, but he probably would run Timid on Magnezone. It was enough to outspeed that, I'm pretty sure. Or was it Modest? I can't remember. I built this team like a while ago. I'm trying to remember. And then Leech Life, Earthquake, Ice Punch, and Bulk Up are all just good moves here. And then next we have a Shuckleberry, Chandelure, in case I do get trapped in with the Dugtrio, with Fire Blast, Shadow Ball, Energy Ball, and Psychic. The Energy Ball obviously was going to do a lot to Dugtrio. In case he did trap me, I could reverse it back on him and just hit him with an Energy Ball. And then go from there. And then finally we have our standard Skarmory set with Shed Shell this time in case the Dugtrio did trap me, with Iron Head Roost, Stealth Rock, and Whirlwind. So yeah, nothing like too crazy with the Skarm there. Pretty standard Skarm set with Shed Shell just for the Dugtrio. So one more thing before we move on to the battle here. You notice I don't have a face cam this week. It's not really like working for whatever reason, and I do kind of need to get this battle or this video out quick, because I have a lot on my plate tonight, and the night that I'm recording this, which is Thursday. So I will make sure to fix the webcam for next week. But this week we're not gonna have webcam. So that's that. I'm gonna go grab the battle, and I'll be right back. Okay, so here we are at the battle. You guys won't see this, but I just did a big dumb. So after I said I was gonna be right back with the battle, I accidentally hit, for whatever reason, stop recording, and I recorded, or I thought I was recording the whole battle, but in actuality I wasn't. I was just talking to myself for 8.5 minutes about the battle. And I got to the end and I looked over and I was about to hit stop recording, and I realized that I wasn't even recording in the first place. So here we are at the battle, take 2. I'm gonna have to do all that again. It's gonna be great. He's bringing Volcarona, Magnezone, Meloetta, Weavile, Garchomp, and Megalodios. I'm so upset. Why did I do that? Anyways, Volcarona obviously being a big threat, as I mentioned before. No Dugtrio, so he can't trap me. Shed Shell's not going to be doing anything here with the Skarmory. And neither is Energy Ball with my Chandelure. Doesn't really hit anything on his team, which is fine. I have other moves that can hit other Mons, but just means I'm going to be basically down a move the whole time. So everything else I've pretty much expected, except for the Meloetta. I wasn't really looking at that too much in prep, to be honest. Didn't really seem too threatening to my team. Again, I was prepping by myself, so I do not make the best of judgment calls by myself. I do like it when people tell me, hey, you're being big dumb here and you should do this instead, or you should look out for this. But I didn't really get that this week, so I just kind of winged it. So let's get right into the battle here. I'm gonna have to commentate all over this again. Sorry. Why are people talking again in my house? Anyways, just making sure they weren't going to talk anymore. Here we are. We're facing Sped. So this is a must win basically for this week because I'm fighting for 3rd seed against Dread. I lead hard Darkrai, making an aggressive play here, thinking that he's going to go something that is not Volcarona, but he obviously does go Volcarona, and I cannot do anything against this mon. I have nothing to hit it with. So I do switch out into Chandelure, which Chandelure this week also was a decent check to Volcarona, because barring that he didn't have Z Fly or like Flying Z, he couldn't really touch me with anything. And if he went for a fire type attack, I just switched in on it with the Flash Fire and got to +2. But the one thing that did end up ruining Chandelure's day was the Flying Z, and lo and behold, he did end up bringing the Flying EMZ. So very unfortunate. Interlore is going to go down here. I probably should have expected that a bit more. I kind of like looked at it and I'm like, oh, that's a thing that he can bring. That would be dangerous. And but I'm like, maybe he doesn't bring it. Maybe Z Grassinium Z for the Gastrodon. But he is gonna be Flying Z, which is unfortunate because now my Gastrodon set really doesn't do too much here. Because at this point, I didn't know that he had Giga Drain or not. But Gastrodon either way was still a good switch into this thing. He is gonna get off another Quiver Dance, which is he's now +2 as I go for the Mirror Coat. Thinking that he is going to click Giga Drain maybe if he has it, but he hasn't shown it to me yet, so he does go for a Fiery Dance, as it does not too much even at +2, and then I just go and click Scald, obviously, which brings him down to like 20% off the crit, so that was nice. He does show me Giga Drain, which the Rindo Berry then does pop. Sorry about that, lots of people are talking in my house today, apparently, so the Rindo Berry does pop on that Giga Drain, and I do just click Scald again. I really wanted to click Mirror Coat there because I was thinking maybe he had it, maybe he did, but he ended up not having it as he just goes for another Fiery Dance, which does take out the Gastrodon because I can't really do too much with this thing anymore. Don't really want to switch into a +2 Volk at all with anything. But I do know his whole set now. So I do go out into Altaria. Now, the reason I did run Aerial Ace was because a regular Altaria Aerial Ace was O-Coing it because of obviously Flying Stab, but then I looked back again and it was turn 1 Mega. I forgot about that, so I had to resort to not using it. I'd already had the Team Gen, so it was a little bit too late to change it, which it's fine because Aerial Ace, you'll see here, is still going to kill it from half. It was doing like 80% with Mega Altaria, so it didn't really matter too much in the end. So we did end up killing the Volk there, which is a big threat gone from his team. As he goes out into Weavile, obviously do not want to stay in here, so I do switch out into the Buzzwole, which is basically my check to Weavile. Icicle Crash is only going to be doing about like 40% here, if I remember correctly. So, and then obviously any other move that he has isn't going to be doing too much at all. So yeah, it did about 40%. He is going to withdraw as I just go for the Leech Life because it hits everything on his team for neutral at this point, I'm pretty sure. So went ahead and just clicked that anyways. And it does, he goes out into the Garchomp. Garchomp the God, shoutouts to him. Also shoutouts to the last name, Lamar, who's another good friend of mine. And then Garchomp the God, Austin, obviously being the commissioner of the PCL D-League. Shoutouts to him. He does have the Rocky Helmet Rough Skin set on the Garchomp, which is not ideal for my Buzzwole, so I do switch out. As he goes for Flamethrower, which is interesting tech, because Flamethrower for the Buzzwole on the Garchomp is interesting. But I do switch out freely into that with the Darkrai, as I go for Ice Beam. His play probably was Magnezone here. I probably could have gone for Hidden Power Fighting, but just wanted to be safe, see what he would have gone for. Plus, if I got the freeze, that would have been amazing. So, we don't get the freeze. I switch out in the Buzzwole here. He goes for Flash Cannon, kind of just sacking this thing off. I have sort of other answers for Mega Weavile. I just can't really hard switch anything into it, so hopefully I was thinking hopefully it doesn't come to that as I go on to the Mega Altaria here, which is another big play for me. I figured he wasn't Scarf Magnezone, so I could freely click Earthquake here. There really was no reason for it to be Scarf Magnezone, so I do click Earthquake and get the kill here. As I outspeed because I'm a very fast Mega Altaria this week. As he goes back out into Meloetta, which I do not want to stay in on, so I switch out into Darkrai. And obviously I'm going to be wanting to click Dark Pulse here. I didn't calc correctly because Dark Pulse doesn't actually OHKO this thing, as I see here in a second. But we do get the flinch right here. We got another flinch. So Dark Pulse flinches seem to be my friend the past couple weeks. It saved my butt here again. Obviously it did save my match against Dread. I don't know what is with like me and Dark Pulse flinches, but you know, saved my butt again. I click it again, killing the Meloetta. I'm obviously now scarfed into Dark Pulse, so I cannot do anything to this Weavile like I was hoping. I do have backup in Skarmory. If Buzzwole did go down, which he did, he clicks Ice Shard, which is going to be doing Not too much to me at all. Obviously, max special or max defense, max HP. He's gonna withdraw, not wanting to stay in. So I do think that he is gonna withdraw, and I do get up my rocks here, which does help chip down some of his mons that are left that do come in. Mainly the Mega Latias, which hasn't even hit the field yet. So I do not want to stand on this Garchomp, knowing that he has Flamethrower. I switch out, and he does click Flamethrower again as I go into Mega Altaria, which brings me down to about half. So it was kind of, this is really my only play. Either I lived this or I didn't. And we do end up living it on 19 HP as I go for the Body Slam, thinking, okay, this is great. We are now going to be 3-2. But then, as I clicked it, I remembered, oh, he has Rough Skin and Rocky Helmet. I live on 1 from the Rough Skin, but then the Rocky Helmet kills me. So, not ideal, but it's not the end of the world. We are 2-2 right now. So he has Mega Latias and Weavile left. I go hard Darkrai because it's a more aggressive play on both of them. I go Darkrai and he goes for Weavile. In hindsight, I forgot that he had Ice Shard, so I should have gone for Skarmory here, because then I'm like, oh, I can just click Hidden Power Fighting, but then he has Ice Shard. I'm like, well, I forgot about that, and how it goes first over Scarf Darkrai. So he is going to take out my Darkrai here, as this is basically in the match, because now Latias does hard wall my Skarmory. He's going to go for Knockoff, seeing what item I have. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'll take a 1-0. So I do click Iron Head here, but he ends up living on 1, which is unfortunate. So he's gonna withdraw, preserving differential, and he's gonna go out into Dietite. The Mega Latias Die being another good friend of mine that I have met over the past like month or two through doing all these other leagues. Great guy, Die. If you don't know who he is, you should go look him up. Got a YouTube channel, really chill guy. Anyways, I click Iron Head. The match is over now. So I cannot do anything against this Mega Latias. I'm just clicking moves at this point, as he is going to go for Thunderbolt and kill me. So we end up taking another loss here this week against Sped. Great game to him. Played well. I felt if my prep was a little bit better and I had made a bit better plays, I could have won that, because obviously we only lost to 2-0. So it's not the end of the world. But that's going to do it for this week. Now, I don't know if Dread's video is up yet, but as I mentioned, he is the other person who is in the running for the 3rd seed, which top 3 from each division do make playoffs. So obviously I lost, not ideal, but if he does lose against Dorian, which I believe he's playing this week, we do still have a chance week 10 to make it to playoffs. If not, we will be doing a meme match next week. I do know actually what happens to Dread's match, obviously, but I want you to go, I encourage you to go check out his channel to see the other side, to see if we do end up making it or like having another chance in week 10 to make playoffs. So that's gonna do it for this week. Again, sorry for no face cam. I will fix it for next week, week 10, which could potentially be the final week of the PCL D-League for me. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.